Alright, let's kind of do this kind of sort of the right way. Tag some merch, do some research. Okay, so I watched the first 10 minutes. No, I got to do my intro. Welcome to the Graffiti Jungle. Parlo lingue. Benvenuti nella giungla dei graffiti. Questo è impostore rockstar. It's a fake rockstar jazz show. Gihareh tangentially, formerly known as Tangential Lost Chat Show. We got a podcast that we worked on. We did 10 straight sessions. We're now 20 away from 300. Sono tuo capo, io sono Chief Gihareh, Julius Caesar, Augustus, Gihareh, Napoleon. Alright. So, I watched the first 10 minutes of Welcome to Derry. Not no Dairy Queen, it's Derry. So, okay, how do I explain this? Welcome to Derry. Only watched 10 minutes of it. Okay, first of all, it has something to do with it, the clown. It's called It, Welcome to Derry. It, Welcome to Derry. I didn't know that. Starts off in a movie theater. You know how you would like to do things in the movie theater? Yeah, it's just going panning around the movie theater. It gets to this lady, she's looking at, she's envious of these, this young couple. But behind her is a boy, he has a pacifier. So he's like 8, 9, 10, whatever. He has a pacifier. So she says something to him basically like this, that, and the third. But then, now I'm not sure the time, but it's based in like the Odin, but they got a movie theater, so I'm just guess like the 50s or something, right? So the lady says something to the boy, just like stop making noise. He has a pacifier. Damn. Then from there, the one person working at the movie theater says, the person working at the movie theater says, hey, you kid, come here now. So the little boy runs out. The little boy runs out the movie theater. Well, that part. And he hides, and the little girl sees him. So then they like, yo, from there, where did that little boy go? So it's two things. The man from whatchamacallit, that was chasing the little boy, the man that worked there. Then it's a black man that come up, and he said, hey, what's going on? He said, that little boy done ran in here. It's like my third time this week. Third time this week he done snuck into the movies. So of course, like the owner of the movie theater, the black man, he's like, have you ever seen that little boy's family? Or, this and the third. Like the movie owner, he's more compassionate, right? So then, but the guy was like, nah, I just had that wrong. So then the shop owner asked his daughter, who's working the stand or whatever, hey, have you seen somebody who didn't come past here about your age? She was like, yeah. So it was like, oh man, she was looking at him because the little boy was hiding. She was looking at him and the little boy was hiding. And she was like, he went that way. So she didn't tell on him. And then so the movie worker goes that way. He goes running off that way. And then the dad and the girl walk off, and they start having like a movie conversation. Who's this director of this movie? And that's and the third, right? Then the little boy comes out, and then the worker person comes back like, hey. And then so the boy runs out the movie theater. He runs out the movie theater. He's walking down the street with the guy chasing him off. Next time I'm calling the cops. So the little boy walking, and then he has his pacifier. It's cold. It's snowing. So the little boy, you gotta put, there's indirect characterization and then there's direct characterization. So he's homeless, right? It's a little boy. He's homeless. He has a pacifier. He has a bag, and it's snowing. He's walking. Now, mind you, this is, I'm assuming, I don't know what year it is, but it's an older time, so like people could hitchhike. So he throws his thumb out. The first car drive past him. The next car, he puts his thumb out. Then that car slows down, right? So, craziest thing. Not the craziest thing. This thing is unhinged. So, what does he say? The family is like, where are you going or whatever? They was like, no, the mom was like, hop in, it's cold outside. Hop in before you get a death of cold or something like that. He gets in the car. They start driving. It's the mom, the dad, and it's an older sister and a younger brother. So, then mom, dad, older sister, younger brother, right? So the homeless boy gets in the car. And then she's like, well, where are you going? We'll take you to your family. He just says, anywhere but Derry. Now, he just walked past the little sign that says, welcome to Derry. He just walked past the sign that says, welcome to Derry. No Dairy Queen. Derry, right? So, at this point, it's like, oh, she's understanding. Like, they kind of like, this is one of those, like, if you were like homeless or whatever, and it's just like, oh man, this happens, or whatever, right? It seems as if this little family was like, all right, we're going to Portland, and you can ride with us, find a new city, new home, kind of sort of like they're well off to do. They can take him in. He's a kid, it's those types of things, right? So he's like, anywhere but Derry. So they kind of understand like his situation, and so they start driving, right? Then on the radio is some like nuclear radiation like type of news. The family's kind of quiet though, but the radio is some nuclear radiation type of news. The daughter says, cut this off, Dad, give me the willies. The younger brother starts spelling the word willies, right? Starts spelling the word willies. Willies, right? He started spelling the words. And so the mom was like, he's at that age. So it's almost like, he just got in the car with his family, so you got to kind of sort of explain the family, right? So the mom turns around, he's at the age where he just be spelling all these words. Where he spells everything. So she's like, spell symphony, spell, I forget the first word she says, but she says, spell symphony. She says, spell fuchsia. Now, fuchsia is a tricky word. I can't, like, Fuschia. And the dad was like, that's a $10 word right there. I like little things like that. That's a $10 word. You spell fuchsia? That's a $10 word right there, right? So the little boy is like spelling all these words. The mom she said a couple, I remember symphony, I remember something fuchsia, and something else. So the mom keeps rattling off words, and the boy is spelling the words, right? Now, while the boy is spelling these words out, the older sister, she picks up this like container, and it says liver. And so the mom is saying words, the little brother's spelling the words. The the older sister then gets this container with liver. She puts her hands in it, and then she smells it. And then she puts it towards the boy. She puts her hands towards the boy. So she does that. Now, so mind you, that's weird, right? She dipped her hand in whatever this liver was, smelled it, and then put it in the boy's face. He's like trying to turn his face, right? So there's that. Then it's like I forget how it turns. It takes another turn, right? That's the first weird thing. She put her hand in the liver and told him to smell it. Well, she didn't tell him to smell it. She just puts her hand in his face. Then, so the boy is spelling all these words. Symphony, fuchsia. That's a $10 word. That's what it says. I like stuff like that. Anyway, then they say spell trouble. He says T-R-U-T-R. So he's having trouble spelling the word trouble. Now, I'm not sure about this and the third. However, when the show first starts, that's what you hear. Trouble, trouble, trouble. Like some type of singing of the word trouble. Inside the movie, like the subtitles are on, so at some point, there's a guy in the movie, like remember it started off with a movie, the guy in the movie is like, hey y'all, there's trouble in River City. And I think it's like a musical because they started to sing trouble too. So the little boy, when the mom says spell trouble, he has trouble spelling the word trouble, right? And so what ends up happening, the older sister turns to him and says, T-R-O. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I spell it right. T-R-O-U-B-L-E, right? She turns to him and spells trouble. That's how you spell it. And this and the third. So the mom was like, be nice. And she was like, I am nice, right? She was like, I am nice. What I want to be. Okay, like this is, so mind you, all this is when it starts to take a turn to be weird. One, she did the whole thing with the liver. Then she yells at her little brother when he can't spell trouble. He's having trouble spelling the word trouble. She yells at him. Then the mom was like, be nice. She was like, I am nice. And she looks at the boy and was like, when I want to be. So she says that. Then the mom was like, that's my little harlot, right? She was like, that's my little harlot. Now, mind you, I don't know what the word harlot really means, but I don't think that's what you want to be called. I don't think nobody wants to be called a harlot, right? She was like, that's my little harlot. And then the dad's like, yeah, oh, this is what the mom says. The mom was like, no. I don't know what prompted the mom to say this, but the mom then says, she can't keep her legs closed, right? She says she can't keep her legs closed. The dad says, she reminds me of her mother, right? So like, all of these are like bad jokes for her, right? She was like, so mind you, the mom says, that's my little harlot. This whole exchange, this junk takes a turn and it keeps going, right? Mind you, the little boy just got into the car. So he's hearing all of this. So this is where it all takes a turn. The girl dips her hand in the liver. She puts her in the boy's face. That's one. The little boy can't spell liver, right? The little boy can't spell liver. He can't spell trouble. The sister yells at him. Mom says, be nice. She says, I am nice. When I want to be. Then the mom's like, that's my little harlot. Can't keep her legs closed. the dad's like, reminds me of her mother. The mom's like, so like these are all bad jokes. And then um, I think this is what happened next. I'm not sure if there's another like little exchange, but the boy notices he was walking past the sign that says "Welcome to Derry." They're in the car. They're driving back past the sign, and he's like, "I thought y'all were going to Portland, right?" And he said, "I thought y'all were going to Portland." And then, but at this point, I forget how it was. I just watched the first 10 minutes, but there was like, there's a lot of talking going on at this point, right? Um, and I think oh, the mom starts rattling off more stuff. So, you know how the mom is saying words for the little boy to spell. The dad had made, the mom had said that the little girl can't keep her legs closed. The dad had said, reminds me of her mom. And then the mom also said something like, the mom said spell vasectomy. And she was like, that's what your dad got after the mom was like, spell vasectomy. Because that's what your dad got after he impregnated her again. So like, this is what's going on in the car, right? And so the mom starts rattling off these words, and they're not like, especially if it, so she says vasectomy, she says kidnapping, she says, like she's saying like these are like, bro, these is words that like, you like, oh my, right? So she's like, kidnapping, spell kidnapping, oh shit, bro, like, so, spell vasectomy, spell this, like, so mom's throwing out words, the bro is spelling the words, little bro is spelling the words. The little boy, the main character, he's like, let me out. Now, when he says, let me out, he says, let me out. The little boy spells out, O-U-T, O-U-T. And then all of a sudden, the mom, I didn't know that she was pregnant, but then apparently the mom was pregnant. So her belly started moving. Oh, because the boy like, let me out, let me out. And they just like, they all spelling like O-U-T, O-U-T. The little boy jumps over and he tries to crash the car. Like, so my just, wow, right? He tries to crash the car. So from there, the dad's like, back up. But the little boy ends up hitting the mom's belly, and the mom's pregnant. So then the mom, she was like, oh, I guess something else wants to come out, right? She's like, oh, I guess something else wants to come out. Her belly started moving. And then everybody's like, O-U-T, O-U-T. So they all happy and excited. And so but the little boy freaking out. The mom gives birth, right? But the whole thing is graphic. So mind you, I'm sitting here like, you know how something can happen and it kind of like chill out. You keep going. She pushes it out. She pushes it out. And what happens as she pushes it out? It's on the floor, right? So mind you, the 3 kids in the back, like, where the baby at, right? Where the baby at? So then they look at the baby. They look at the baby, bro. Then out of the darkness, and the mom's like, come to mama. Then the baby come out the darkness. It's a little demon baby. It literally got wings and it's full blown or whatever. The baby jumps to the back of the car. The baby, like literally. So from the passenger seat below the mom, the baby jumps and hits the back window, right? The baby jumps and hits the back window. It's like, oh crap, bro. So the little boy is like, now he's panicking. He's struggling. He's like, he's trying to get the door to open. Then the baby, it's this little demon baby. It literally has wings. It's moving around the car. It comes to the back seat. And then like, I only watched 10 minutes. So the car is moving. The little boy's trying to get out, and then the baby. I don't know. The this is like this is the first 10 minutes. The baby then the car is moving. The boy's trying to get out the car. He had a pacifier. The only thing that happens is like you see the baby make a lunge at the boy. The window breaks, and then his pacifier is flying out the car. So I'm not sure what happened to the little boy. It's the first 10 minutes. So that happens. The pacifier goes into the water, and it starts to float. That's all I got. That's all I know. Very unhinged within the first 10 minutes.